Mobile phones of the future are expected to be more closely embedded in our day-to-day lives than ever before. Some futurologists and industry experts predict that in years to come, mobile phones will become remote controls for our whole lives, while others forecast that in the future, mobile phones will literally run our lives for us. One thing's for certain, my dear friends, the technology involved in mobile phones and mobile networks has developed so rapidly over the last few years. It's going to be an exciting ride. So welcome to my channel, Industry Trends and Analysis. My name is Prashant Bhattnagar, and we'll see how the future is going to shape up for the mobile phone industry. Holographic phones could one day be a reality though, especially if the HoloFlex prototype showcased by researchers from Queen's University in Canada is anything to go by. As the name suggests, the HoloFlex is both holographic and flexible, allowing users to bend the handset to view the 3D display from different angles and interact with the images on screen. Touted as the world's first holographic flexible smartphone, the HoloFlex is still in development and won't be available anytime soon. For a long time now, phone companies have talked of creating a smartphone that is so robust that it can actually be folded in two by the user. One such vision was Nokia's the Morph phone, which was showcased back in 2008 and promised to transform the user's experience. You could snap the Morph apart and slot in additional modules to change the way you use the phone. The Morph phone could be wrapped around your wrist, transformed into a GPS-enabled belt clip for hiking and extreme sports, or used as a flat screen for watching videos. Similarly, Samsung has been showing off flexible concept phones at trade shows for years now, but so far the closest it has come to bringing the technology to market was the Galaxy Round smartphone. This featured a significantly less jaw-dropping curved screen and sold disappointing. Friends, some experts do believe that in the not too distant future, mobiles will change the way we learn and teach. With more than 1 in 3 school children owning a mobile phone, a future where camera and voice recorder phones are both learning and teaching tools is highly possible. We have already seen some education in authorities using text to alert parents to the truancy and even to notify pupils of classroom changes. Harnessing the multifunctional nature of mobile phones as both learning and teaching aids could be increasingly commonplace, especially as high-quality camera phones become more widely and cheaply available. It's been suggested that in the future, mobile phones will be used to take photos and make notes on field trips in order to create a more active and informal approach to learning. As you're looking for a mobile phone for your child, take a look at the best phones for children. Friends, companies are always looking to make their products more environmentally friendly, and phone makers are no exception, with researchers looking into biodegradable materials and cleaner energy charging. At the Mobile World Congress trade show in 2016, Kyocera showcased a solar-powered prototype, but by their own admission, the technology won't replace the need for a wall charger anytime soon. This phone was primarily designed for users who work outdoors, as well as anyone who's likely to be away from a power source for an extended period of time, such as campers or skiers. Still, the company claims that 3 minutes of sunshine will give you enough charge for a 1-minute phone call, which could provide users with an emergency charging option if their mobile dies far from home. Another concept phone promising a green alternative to electrical charging is the 2009 mechanical mobile prototype by Mikhail Stosky. Unlike the solar-powered prototypes, the mechanical mobile runs on kinetic energy. The idea behind the design is that you spin it around on your finger to charge it up. The obvious benefit of this, besides helping the environment, is that you could charge this phone pretty much anywhere. However, it's unclear how much finger spinning it would need to boost the battery significantly, and we can foresee many broken phones and possibly broken noses as the result of overzealous spinning causing phones to take flight. We suspect this idea may need some more clarification before we are sold on it. Friends, back in the day, the main way of using a phone was a physical keypad. This was eventually replaced by the touchscreens as we use today. With services like Google Assistant and Samsung Bixby, we can now interact with our devices just by using our voices. I think the next step in the solution is mind control. The technology would allow you to perform every task you can do via touch or voice with your mind. You could open an app of choice, play a specific video on some futuristic version of YouTube, and even edit images with your thoughts. You could also send a text, control the screen brightness, or create a movie from the videos you have captured. You get the picture. Using smartphones would be a lot faster with mind control. You would no longer have to search for an app to open it or stretch your finger all the way to the top of the screen to tap it. You could perform any task in a heartbeat. We are still far, far away from something like this becoming a reality, but scientists are making progress in this field. As we reported back in 2017, the Facebook's Building 8 division is developing technology to allow people to type with their minds. The typing speed targeted is 100 words per minute, which is about 5 times faster when compared to typing on our smartphones. Scientists at MIT are also working on something similar with a device called Alter Ego, which lets the user converse with machines with only their thoughts. Here's hoping any such technology in the future doesn't require you wear a wired on your head. Even though the idea of using a smartphone with your thoughts seems crazy now, it just may become a thing decades down the line. Fingers crossed. May I ask you a question? Will there even be a smartphones in the future? Well, smartphones of the future may not be smartphones at all. These devices may take on a whole new form factor, which will enable us to perform the same tasks as smartphones do today and more. I see a future where smartphones in their current form get replaced by what look like regular glasses. Yes, I know we have already seen devices like Google Glass, which failed miserably, but the product I have in mind goes beyond Google's pet project. It's sort of like Google Glass on steroids. My version of futuristic glasses would let you make and receive calls. When someone rings you, you had seen their name image in front of your eyes. When you answer the call, you'd immediately hear the caller without having to use an earphone. The glasses would use bone conduction technology or something even more high-tech. They'd also be able to play music, offer turn-by-turn navigation, and read the emails and texts you have received. All these things could also be displayed in front of your eyes using AR technology. Of course, the glasses would feature a camera on board. When you had want to take a picture, a frame would show up in front of your eyes, showing exactly what the camera will capture. Say the word snap in your head and the image will be taken. Thanks to augmented reality technology, the glasses would project a screen image in front of you, allowing you to watch your favorite shows, play games, see the images you've captured with the camera, and browse the web. That means you won't have to buy a dedicated TV, which would save you money as well as space in your home. With these glasses, you also be able to see 3D holograms of people. Just imagine sitting in your living room and watching Marilyn Monroe singing you happy birthday, Mr. President. The experience would be extremely immersive. A lot of companies are already working in the field of smart and connected glasses. In addition to Google, Intel showed a pair of smart glasses this year which project a stream of information in front of you. But unfortunately, the company also already had given up on the technology, and Amazon-backed company called North is working on a similar idea with their glasses called Focals, which are expected to go on sale by the end of this year. Then there are mixed reality headsets like Microsoft HoloLens, which brings holograms in front of your eyes. See how it works. And so the glasses I have in mind would combine smartphone capabilities with holograms and other features offered by today's smart glasses. It's an interesting idea, but let's go crazy and take up a step further. Imagine these futuristic glasses being replaced by a small computer placed in your brain. You would be able to receive calls by hearing the voice of the caller in your head, just like your thoughts. You would listen to music the same way, hear GPS direction, and more. Additionally, you would be able to take pictures, watch videos, play games, and see holograms. But instead of these images being projected in front of you by the glasses, the computer in your head would project them through your eyes. Essentially, this computer would be capable of doing the exact same things as the smart glasses of the future, but it would be less intrusive. Well, kind of. It would have to be placed in your brain, but at least you wouldn't have to put it on and off every 5 minutes. It would also be impossible to lose it or for someone to steal it. It all sounds like science fiction, something you'd expect to see in a cartoon like The Jetsons. But hey, perhaps it will become a real thing in the future. After all, work is already being done in this area. Elon Musk founded a company called Neuralink in 2017, which is working in the field of neural lace technology. The idea is to implant tiny electrodes into the human brain to allow them to communicate directly with machines. The technology would also enable you to upload and download your thoughts. Seriously, with that in mind, I feel like anything is possible in the future. However, the current development of the technology is still far behind my wild imagination. I see a future where everything is connected and our smartphones or whatever replaces it can communicate seamlessly with virtually every device As long as you have it with you, your front door will open once you get near it. You'll be able to unlock your car and start the engine and even go through the mechanical gate at the subway and airport if the ticket is saved on your phone. It'd be fantastic, at least until your phone gets stolen. So that's it for my thoughts and what I'd like to see from mobile devices in the future. Now it's your turn. Think about what features smartphones of the future could bring to the table and share them with us in the comments below. Friends, for most of us nowadays, though, the sentiment applies to our smartphone. From setting alarms and reminders to checking our Facebook feed, doing online shopping and managing our finances, we reach for our phones as soon as we wake up and don't really put them down until we are ready to sleep. As smartphone technology becomes even more intuitive, we are growing increasingly attached to our mobiles. So why not have a phone that you can interact with on a whole new level? Back in 2011, Julius Tang designed the Modai, a modular handset aiming to turn your smartphone into your best friend. This companion device was inspired by human behaviors and designed to help users bond with it physically and emotionally. The Modai phone would greet you in the morning and keep silent at the night, and would adapt to different situations in much the same way a human would. So you would oversleep, it would create a faster route to work using its GPS, or if you visited a new place, it would recommend stuff to do. The Modai also had a special avatar to represent your mood, which would have made emojis seem significantly less exciting had this phone ever made it to the market. One of the other cool features of the Modai was that it included two different paradigms to help you keep your work life and social life separate. The Prodai would display your work schedules, emails, and projects, while the Fundai was all about social media, texting, and games, eliminating the need for a separate work phone. The thinking behind the modular phone was that the Modai could also be upgraded with new hardware, such as batteries and better cameras, so your Modai could be updated without you ever having to part with your best phone forever.